You wouldn't go on a road trip without first properly planning for that road trip, making sure you know exactly where you're going, when you're going to get there, and you're going to have some sort of tool to help you get there, some sort of navigation tool, a map, a GPS, a compass. And the same is true for your website strategy. If you're actually wanting to see a website that's not just pretty, but actually gets results, it starts with the planning process. Before you actually hop into Squarespace or WordPress or Wix or hire a designer to build a website for you, you first need to answer a series of questions. And so this initial planning process, we call it mission. So we have a 4-part framework here at Ritchey Creative that we use to build every single website that we build, called the Website Strategy Roadmap. It consists of mission and messaging and marketing and meaningful experiences. And so today we're going to hop into this mission component. If you want a overview of the entire website strategy roadmap framework, we have another video that we posted recently. It's a 60-minute training video. It basically covers the entirety of the framework, the entirety of the website strategy roadmap. So you can check that out as well. But for mission, this is the compass. This is the thing that is your navigation tool that before you even think about messaging, before you think about marketing, before you think about the experiences that your website audience is going to have on your website, you first need to identify where are we going, where are we headed, what direction should we take things in. And so we use a tool that we like to call the Website Strategy Compass. It's essentially broken into 4 parts. The 4 parts are passionate purpose, setting goals, tracking goals, and course correcting over time. So in this video, we're going to be unpacking the Website Strategy Compass. Again, this is all part of the mission part of the Website Strategy Roadmap, the planning phase. Before we get into anything else, before we hop into WordPress or Squarespace or Wix or whatever CMS you're using, you want to make sure that you're planning for your website appropriately. Hey, if you're new to the channel, my name is Brandon. I own Ritchey Creative, which is a creative agency that leverages intentional creative services to help churches reach new people and to help nonprofits more readily help the hurting and to help small businesses to more effectively and more smoothly solve their customers' problems. Hopefully this video is beneficial to you. Feel free to check out the rest of the channel. We have lots of great free resources and training videos that, again, hopefully can help you to do more good as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into the Website Strategy Compass. This is going to be broken into 4 different parts. Part number 1, passionate purpose. Part number 2, setting goals for your website. Part number 3, tracking those goals. And then part number 4, course correcting over time. So let's talk about passionate purpose. First off, this is not your mission statement. This is not your vision statement. This might not even show up anywhere on your website, but this is the statement that is going to basically be pointing you toward true north for your organization and for your website. So you can use it as a filter. So once it's established, you can be thinking through, is writing this blog post for our website actually going to help us to be propelled in the direction of our passionate purpose? Or, hey, adding these prices to our website or making these changes or adding this section or formatting our pages this certain way, is it going to actually help us to achieve what we're wanting to achieve on our website? So again, it can be a filter. It can be something that points you in the right direction as you're building out messaging and copy and all of the rest for your website strategy. So for passionate purpose, what you're really trying to identify is what is the purpose of this website that is bigger than the task at hand. For instance, if you're a pressure washing company, your passionate purpose isn't that you're just pressure washing houses, but that you're pressure washing houses so that people can get back to enjoying the home that they love. That's something that is going to elicit an emotional response from a client, but it's also something that your team can rally behind. It's something that you can rally behind. I'll tell you this, our creative agency does a lot of different things. We offer branding services and website strategy and website design and recurring monthly graphic design subscriptions. But if we were just pumping out logos and pumping out websites, I would be burnt out. My team would be burnt out. But the fact that we are helping our people, whether they're churches or nonprofits or businesses, that we're helping them do more good and actually make a difference in the world, that's something that puts fresh wind in our sails and is a big part of our passionate purpose. So I have 3 examples of passionate purpose for websites that I can show you. These are fictitious. I just made these up. So there's one for a business, there's one for a nonprofit, and there's one for a church. So for the business example, Tracy's Mobile Pet Grooming Service. So the passionate purpose for the website might be our business's website is a tool that helps us bring pet grooming services to the homes of our clients so that busy families can get their time back. So in this example for Tracy's Mobile Pet Grooming Service, it's not just about grooming dogs. It's about something that's deeper. They're solving their customers' problems in a really effective and smooth way. And that's something that Tracy, her team, and her clients can all get behind. And it's going to guide the website and it's going to help them to make really, really good informed decisions for their website over time. All right, let's go to our nonprofit example. So a fictitious organization called Daybright Mentoring Center. Our nonprofit's website is a tool that connects the youth of our community with certified mentors that can invest in the future and help them live lives of meaning. So again, they're not just mentoring people, but here's why they're mentoring people. So it's really that why. What's the why for your website? What's the why for your organization? Okay, for a church, this is for a fictitious church called Palm Brook Baptist Church. Our church's website is a tool that helps our church members connect deeply with one another in fellowship through events and small groups and provides a clear path for new visitors to be warmly acclimated into the life of our church. So again, we're not just singing songs on Sunday morning. We're not just meeting together just to meet together, but here's why we're doing it. So think of the passionate purpose as the big why for your organization and for your website. This might be similar to a vision statement or a mission statement or something like that, but it doesn't have to be. And again, this isn't necessarily a statement that's going to be written on the homepage of your website, but it's something that's acting as a compass to help point your website in the right direction to make sure that the decisions that you're making around your website are actually the ones that are going to help propel you in the direction that you want to go with your website and with your organization. So again, the website strategy compass, we have passionate purpose. And then the next step here is setting goals. Now, you don't want to just set any goals. You want to set SMART goals. And by the way, in case you don't remember, a SMART goal is one that is specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's relevant, and it's time-bound or time-based. And so here's an example of a goal that is not a SMART goal. So a non-SMART goal might say, I want to lose 15 pounds, but a SMART goal version of that would be, I will exercise for 30 minutes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and strive for a caloric deficit of 500 calories per day in order to lose 15 pounds by March 1st. So it hits all the criteria. It is specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's relevant, and it's time-bound or time-based. And so for your website, as you're setting goals for your website, you want to make sure that these are SMART goals as well. So what are some metrics that you might actually set goals around for your website? And by the way, why do you need to set goals for your website anyways in the first place? Zig Ziglar has a quote that I absolutely love. He says, if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. And that's the truth. If you don't know actually what you're trying to do and what direction you're wanting to take things in, how are you going to know when you have success or when you have failure? And so we want to make sure that we're actually setting specific SMART goals for our website as part of the website strategy compass. We've talked about passionate purpose. Now we're talking about goal setting. So what are things that you actually might want to set goals for your website? This could be anything from page visits to page clicks to downloads of free PDF resources that you might have on your website, to leads that you're acquiring, to sales that you might be making. If you're a nonprofit, maybe it's the amount of donations that you're making in a specific week or month or quarter. Or if you're a church, maybe it's how many plan a visit forms people are actually filling out on the plan a visit page of your church website. Regardless, there are a lot of different categories that you might set website-specific goals for, but make sure that as you're setting goals, they are SMART goals. So again, with the website strategy compass, we have passionate purpose, we have setting goals. The third component here is tracking goals. So we need to measure it. How are you going to actually know if you actually have success or failure? Well, you need to be tracking things. And so there's a lot of different ways to do this. One of the most intuitive ways would be to look at your website statistics. For instance, if you're building your website in WordPress, or if you want to build your website in WordPress, you can install a plugin called Jetpack. And there's other ones as well, but Jetpack will show you what's your total traffic over a specific week or month or quarter. What pages are people visiting? What buttons are they clicking? So this is a really good way to track some of those different goals. And if you have a Squarespace website, Squarespace has a great analytics dashboard, which can also show you all of those different analytics and statistics related to page counts and page visits and traffic. But you might also be using tools like MailChimp or MailerLite or ConvertKit or any of your different email marketing tools to see how many emails, how many leads are we capturing from people downloading forms on our website or filling out contact forms, etc. So there's a lot of different tools you can use. What I would say is once you figure out what are the tools that you're actually going to be using to track some of this progress, whether it is your email marketing campaign or it's just the analytics tool in your website, whether it's WordPress or Squarespace or something else, you could put all of that into a spreadsheet and you can manually be updating it to kind of see where are we at? Are we hitting our goals? Are we not hitting our goals? Or you could subscribe to a service that actually is like a dashboard. These are usually called like KPI dashboards. Key performance indicator is what KPI stands for. And your KPI dashboard at a glance can basically connect to all of these different services and sort of show you a snapshot of where are you at in terms of the goal that you set. Are you close? Are you not close? Which ones are we kind of lagging behind in? But again, it's important to set goals for your website, but it's useless if you're setting goals and you're not actually tracking goals and measuring goals over time. Okay, so with the website strategy compass, we've talked about passionate purpose and setting goals and tracking goals, but the final component is course correcting. This is what I like to call the 90-day bottleneck check. And so every 90 days or every quarter or every 3 months, look at your goals and see which ones are we really succeeding in and which goals are we just kind of not hitting. And then course correct. Do you need to adjust your goal? Do you need to adjust the metric? Do you need to figure out a different goal if this goal is kind of unrealistic? So again, use the filter of SMART, S-M-A-R-T. Is it specific enough? Is it measurable? Is it achievable? Is it relevant? Is it time bound? And then you might need to just change that goal or add a different goal. So again, goals can be something that are not set in stone, but you can kind of massage them and change them and optimize them over time to actually make it specific for your organization and for you're actually wanting to achieve on your website. One of the biggest website mistakes that businesses, churches, nonprofits make is they start designing right away. They hop in there, they start putting in copy, they start putting in their logo, adding photos, changing colors, all of this stuff before they actually think through things like, what's the passion and purpose? What are the goals that we're trying to achieve with our website? How are we going to track those goals? And what's our plan for course correcting over time? So again, we always use the website strategy compass as a lens in this initial planning phase before we even start thinking about messaging, marketing, or meaningful experiences. Hey, if you could benefit from a one-page summary of pretty much everything we covered in this video and more, we have a one-page PDF resource I'd love to send over to you. It's called the Website Strategy Compass Checklist. It's essentially a checklist of pretty much everything we cover here. And you can use it again in the initial planning phases of your website strategy, and then also as a filter as you're making decisions for your website later down the road. I would love to send it to you. You can just send an email to design@ritchey-creative.com, and you can either put in the body or in the subject line Website Strategy Compass Checklist, and we'd love to send that over to you. Again, it's just a free PDF resource that we'd love to put in your hands that hopefully could be a good tool in the initial planning phase or to use as a lens or a filter for website decisions down the road. Well, hopefully this video was beneficial and helpful for you and your organization, whether you are a church, a nonprofit, or a business. Remember, you can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. Stay creative, and we'll catch you next time.